I don't know if we're live or not. We might have to watch YouTube for comments. I got it. People don't want to talk to me anyways.
Yeah, I've got my laptop here. I've dragged my laptop home so I can watch the comments. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, because, like I said, nobody wants to watch me anyways.
It's live right now, so sweet.
Oh, I got to answer it.
One watching. Is that us or is that Glenn?
It's probably me.
It's probably you watching up.
Yeah. Yay. Oh, Michael
Knight. What's
Hi,
up, bro?
bud.
Hey, Michael, can you hear us and see us and all that good stuff? Okay, everything fine?
Here's Wayne. Not first.
Wayne Reynolds, what's up, bro?
Well, you can see the comments up the side of here anyway. That's cool. That's where it's quite good. Not crazy.
Awesome.
So,
thanks, you guys.
did you get the rest of the back of road TIG welded?
Yeah, it looks good.
I got it all TIG welded, and then on the right side, I got to do a little bit of grinding because Michael got back from Alaska, brought us a whole bunch of salmon and stuff. That's that salmon we were having tonight.
Freaking dude saw the salmon and forgot everything else. He's like, salmon.
Yeah.
So
Reynolds says I want my money back. What's up, Bill? Good to see you, bro.
No, you're not allowed your money back, Wayne. Tough shit.
Hey, I'll send you some of that funny money you sent me, bro.
Hey, I might give that.
I got a knife stabbing me in the nuts right now, so I gotta be careful.
Well, that's your problem. I might have to give away some of that funny money at the pinup contest since I lost the ball.
Yeah, right.
You love salmon? I'm like
So do I.
not a huge fan, Wayne.
Yeah,
I like boilies and shit.
Yeah. I find it really too.
So why does it do a chat there and then a chat here?
Because I put it up there, but I can take that off.
No, just leave it. You'll have it all screwed up.
Oh no, it's salmon is illegal at the movies. Wayne,
It's legal at the movies.
What?
What is he talking about?
I don't know. Anyways, but yeah. So the salmon, I'm not a huge fan. What do you guys have salmon? I assume it's got to be similar-ish.
Yeah.
In New Zealand. I almost said Nevada.
New Zealand.
Who was talking to me about New Zealand the other day and just wasn't like putting two and two together where New Zealand was.
Oh, the money I sent is movie money. I gotcha.
Oh,
it's legal at the movies. He's been passing fake money. La 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 la.
Yeah.
No, it's movie money. It's from the movie. So
Hey, pipe bombs are illegal too, Wayne. No comment.
Sorry,
Underneath the truck. That's illegal too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to watch your video, your latest one with making the bows, Glenn.
I don't think the first one's going to work.
No,
I don't think the glue's going to set. I started.
Oh, you're talking about the wooden bows. Are you talking about wooden ones or the metal ones?
I don't know. I didn't get to watch the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what happened?
I was out of the car.
Yeah. So we let it go this morning on one side, and it started opening up. So we're just going to leave it until Monday and see if it sets. But yeah, I don't know if that glue's going to work.
Hey, Andy, what's up, bro? Good to have you here, man.
What type of glue did you use?
Well, the owner, he bought this, it's like a construction wood glue. So it should be okay, but I don't know. We don't want it to take 7 days to cure.
Right.
Because it's cold, yeah.
Oh, I suppose that's what I was going to ask you about the temperature, but
yeah.
I mean, some of that stuff just takes time, though, too. I mean, it took time back in the day. It did. They just had somebody doing it, So.
But I don't want to take 4 weeks to make 4 bows to make a roof together. So.
Yeah. Now, those wooden bows are they the ones that go right above the windshield and that clips to the top of the windshield, or what?
It's the whole 4 of them. It's one over the back. It's like tapered steel tube half up to where the roof is, and then when it curves over, it's wood.
Oh, see, I thought that was all metal that went up through there.
Well, it is right now.
Well, yeah, it is. It is now. Hey, what's up, John Cole? Good to have you here. Iron Horse Crotch made too. Awesome.
Iron Horse, yeah.
So no wonder you didn't have any kind. So even if you would have had, if you would have had the steel part, you would have not had the wooden part anyways.
Nah.
So that, yeah, no kidding. Wow. That's like owning a Chevy here with all the wood. Just, you know, the old ones, like your 25.
Yeah.
That poor thing.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beauty back is all wood.
Right.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just
So
real thin.
that 29 Chevy that I drive around, that Roadster, it same thing. When I pulled that thing out of the river, it was, you know, all the parts were all rotted off and whatever. I had to pull all the wood out of it and then build like a skeleton on the inside of it, all out of like 1x1 tubing, you know. So it was nice and strong.
But it doesn't rattle at all.
No,
Ever.
like we've been in a lot of rat rods that just rattle like crazy. And when we built this thing, I was like, I cannot stand a rattly car. So we just welded up everything.
Yeah.
So nice.
I'll tell you, you watch some videos here and they're building this car and it's like, no wonder it's rattling. It's got no structure. You're just piecing together like just a flimsy steel shell that would have had like, you know, 4x3s in it just about, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Iron Horse Garage.
Yeah,
I don't know which one of you is this.
I think it's William. It's got to
Is
be
it?
William. I was just talking to him. He was delivering cars, and I told him get his
Nice.
ass over here. So
Well, okay, so with where was I going with that? Oh, R35. Before we need to, I still think there needs to be better floor in it, but it used to, like when you would take off with it, the whole cab would shift. It was like,
yeah, there's not enough bracing in it.
it needs
And
more bracing.
we didn't build
but
that
it's too
car.
much power.
We didn't build the car at all. When we bought that thing, we actually got kind of stuck with it, and you know, we tore it all apart, but not as much as we wanted to. After I argued with her back and forth, I was like, you know, I don't want to tear the car completely apart and make it a project. So it bit me in the ass because it ended up just
being tore apart.
being completely torn apart later, you know?
And made into a project.
Yeah.
Because it was just too much. When you looked at, like when I walked up to the car, I'm like, this thing's a pile of shit. We need to do something. We need to be like, just tear it down, strip the body, do the whole works. And I'm like, nah. All these guys yelling at me. I'm like, you're going to do what I want anyway, so shut up and just do it. And they didn't. And then they did.
Yeah.
So, but it ended up being such a cool looking car. I just love it.
Yeah.
Oh, do you see the chat?
Yeah.
Nice, William.
William or Bill or Dick for short.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so there's was that common with those cars to have the bows like that? Would it be considered like laminate? Like by the time you're done gluing on?
Thanks, John.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I presumed it possibly would have been originally like steamed and pulled around.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was wondering.
I never could understand though how, like back in the day when they would steam those and they'd hold those panels together with glue, and then I guess they would have had to put them in a kiln or something to dry them so that moisture wouldn't pull that glue apart, you know?
But it takes time regardless. Like
Yeah, they, mind you, they probably had 100 jigs making 100 at once probably when they were building the
yeah, because if they're making more than one car. So what were other convertible tops made like? Like you're so knowledgeable.
Well, I don't really know either because this is really my first vehicle going back that early.
Right.
Apart from helping Dad. That green and black car that's in Dad's shed, the Rugby, which is a 29. I helped him work on that back in like 1990, whatever it was. But that's about the only other car of that era that I've done a lot of work on. Everything else is sort of like being 60s and up.
Right.
Maybe the odd little bit into the 50s, but everything else has been sort of 50s, well, 60s, 70s, and then later model stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because it just fascinates me that they actually used wooden cars. Because
But back then, I mean, they were still learning how to build cars and all that too. I mean,
kind of like us.
Yeah, kind of like us.
We went from wagons, and then all of a sudden they're putting motors in it. I suppose they just kept using that thing because they just.
Well, even look at the wheels. They're basically hybrid of a wagon wheel. Like the wheels,
metal and wood and all that.
Metal and wood, just like basically. And then they put them in. They put rubber on the metal and wood. Yeah. I mean, they're basically wagon wheels. And like when you think about how far they used to drive wagon wheels, but I'm sure it was probably pretty interesting when they got up over like 20 miles an hour with those
Oh yeah.
Wooden wheels.
Hey, John, I drive too crazy to be driving around with that model car on the damn dashboard because it'd fly off and smash Heidi in the face the way I drive. I'd have to glue it to the dashboard or something.
Yeah, I just read in somebody's comment.
Yeah, early Jeeps even had wood in them, and like Michael was saying, and when we did that Jeep 48 Jeep Willys, that blue one a while back, when we cut that thing all apart, Spud and I were cutting that floor and stuff out of there. We were cutting through like oak or something like that as we were cutting those. All the highs and lows on the floor.
Okay, so here's a little thing I learned on the site.
Mm-hmm.
They had wood, and then they formed the steel around the wood. So like the cross members
that makes sense.
all had wood inside of them.
Which was stupid because what happened is the wood would soak up with water and start rusting and blow the floor out. Yeah. Rusted out.
Because I found that on the site because I spent so much time researching.
Thanks, Joey. Don't worry about me.
Hi, Joey. I really like Bill's hashtag of I know Wayne Reynolds. Oh my gosh.
Sweet.
Block Joey.
Block Joey, yeah. Yeah. BJM. Block Joey.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Hello, everyone.
Piss off, Joey.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
It's so funny when we're on that Lewis Lee's podcast. And
Hi, Cody.
Hey, Cody. We're on Lewis Lee's podcast, though, and it cracks me up because Joey will pop up, and all of a sudden you'll see Lewis read the comment, and he just goes, like he knows what's coming.
He doesn't say anything half the time. Oh my gosh.
Arlo and Michelle.
Hello, Paco. Where's
Oh,
Veronica? We probably should never tell those stories. I'm sorry I look so rugged.
What's up,
you
Mr.
guys.
Mr. W, Cody Cheney, and Paco and Veronica?
Yeah, I'm tired, man. Yeah, my brain's fried. So it's been a long ass day.
It's been a long week. We're still tired from that damn swap meet in Grand Rapids. Like 615 Customs. What's up?
Hey, young guys.
So yeah, we're wiped out from that pretty bad. Like,
was it 4 days? Was it?
it was, well, he loaded basically 2 days before the show. Well, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, doing everything that I could do. And then we got there so that was Wednesday and Thursday. And then we got there Friday. So we had to get up at 5?
Yeah, something like that.
And then drop the kids off on the way down and then go and unload. Luckily we had help. That was crazy. That's
Which was
fastest we've ever unloaded.
Which was funny because I had a whole bunch of stuff missing, and I'm like, where in the hell is all this stuff at? The day after we sold everything for the 3 days or whatever it was, we're getting ready to load the stuff back up, and I open a couple trunks up, and the trunks are full. Nobody ever took them out.
Because they didn't know what was in there.
Because I had brought 2 cars for Joe Jewett, 2 little Matchbox, and I told Paco that I had some spark plugs for him. I looked everywhere, couldn't find them. I'm like, I think somebody took them or something. Well, the day we go to leave, we go to load the stuff up, open the trunk up, here's all that stuff I was looking for. I was like, oh my gosh.
Did you bury the stuff?
They're buried. I'll never find them again. So, and then I took all that stuff out of the truck and put it back in the storage. So that stuff is buried somewhere. Who knows where it is now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's no good. That's no good.
Yeah, we're good, Cody. Thank you.
Yeah. Until now, when I just realized we buried all the stuff that we needed to make sure we had out. And then, oh my gosh, you don't ever want to like be around us. We sound like the cops should probably be called sometimes. We're like,
thanks, Mr. W.
Because he doesn't listen.
Yeah, imagine complete chaos there when you're trying to get sorted and there's stuff going everywhere, and you're like, where's all this? Yeah.
I know.
I'll get them next year, he says.
And we're doing it. It's a lot of times it's just the 2 of us, and like when we unloaded, which we kept the U-Haul for another 2 days, so we didn't have to unload until like the afternoon of the first day because we were done. We both probably had heat stroke.
You got it, Michael. I'll shoot you a text in the morning, bro.
You hear banjos when you're around me? You better, bitch. I mean, Paco.
Hey, so,
I got my boots on, Paco.
I wanted to ask, what's the deal with the transmission and the motor and the Studebaker? Are you gonna, like, obviously it doesn't run, right? Because that thing's been
Well, the motor was rebuilt. Apparently, I'm not sure. It actually sat in Dad's shed for a long time, but I didn't realise that was what that motor was for up until recently when we moved it back around there. It's been rebuilt, but it's sat for a long time.
You say it was in your dad's shed?
Yeah.
How did it end up in your dad's?
Because they are.
The motor was sitting there. Dad must have had a friend rebuilt it, and then it sat in Dad's shed. Not the one these are now, but the last place.
Okay, yeah.
And when Dad moved, then they moved it to where we went and picked it up, which was under just an undercover shed, open shed. So, yeah.
So all that moisture got to it and whatever. And I mean, it wasn't locked up, obviously.
No, it's not locked up, but I haven't pulled the head off it yet to have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I poured a hole of ATF.
You already put some oil and stuff down the cylinders, though?
Yeah. Yeah, I poured some ATF down it.
You think it'll run?
It should.
Yeah.
But
I mean, unless there's a valve guide stuck or something like that.
What is the engine? I guess I haven't paid.
It's a straight 6, right? Flathead?
Yeah,
same as the one in the truck right here. The
big ass engine for the day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the cubic capacity is, but it'd be, I don't know. It wouldn't be 300 cubic inches, but it must be close, I suppose.
But it's still like what is it? It'd be like a 70 horsepower motor or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it must be something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, if I had the handbook here, I'd probably tell you.
We could probably ask Dr. Google.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was pretty impressed when you just said that, because I guess I'm kind of always like doing 15 things and then watching your videos in the background of like cooking supper, doing dishes, answering his questions. Well, he's watching.
The transmission needs pulled apart and checked and cleaned, and probably new bearings and lots of stuff. And obviously the diff's the same, because we're trying to make 2 out of 1, or 1 out of 2, should say. But yeah. But the motor should be okay, hopefully, as long as when we pull the head off, it's not got surface rust and not stuck and all that stuff. So.
Thanks, 615. We'll see you in a bit, bro.
Are you gonna have to make all their everything for that pretty much, aren't you? It's not like you can go to O'Reilly. Oh, I guess they don't have O'Reilly's.
Do they have O'Reilly's there?
What do you have?
What do you have? Princess Auto, or what do you have as far as your? Oh, careful.
Well, sorry.
What do you have as far as your?
Super cheap. Ripco,
I like that.
Heartmaster. Oh, hey, we do have there's some nappers popping up that I've noticed when we come back from Australia. I noticed a couple of nappers on the way drive home. So, but that I don't know how long they've been here. But
that's crazy.
So this stuff slowly filtering across here from the US.
Are those our dogs barking? Okay.
No, it's what's your nuts.
We can hear. Our Southside neighborhood's got lots of dogs. They're all big dogs. So
Jerry Craig.
Ours is resting, but yeah, so I can hear them all barking, and like hopefully none of them are ours. I had a thing I was going to ask you, but the dogs distracted me.
Hey, I was looking at those taillights today, and somebody earlier was asking about the taillights, but those taillights I sent you those pictures of, and I'm kind of leaning more towards running those taillights up top above that sail panel down below the car that I made.
So like
right
there.
Originally where I did the original drawing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, they have the point on them down below, so that point kind of matches that back fender. So that would look pretty cool.
It's a complementary shape. Like it won't look out of place lined up with the ridge in the fender. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
hey, John, you know what we ended up doing? We put paper on all the doors and windows. and we put another lock on the front door. So now if Heidi comes over, she can just open the door and come in, and I don't have to have somebody beating on the door. And then she put some signs up on the front of the building that says, "Do not knock, do not look in windows." Yeah,
I actually made the signs. He hung them up. I think this is the nice one. Oh no, this is not the nice one. It says, you probably can't read that, but it says closed to the public until the SEMA car gets finished. I don't think you can read it. It's backwards, right?
No, it's fine. I can read it.
Yeah. Anyways, if this sign is up, do not knock on the door. Leave Arco alone to work.
They don't listen.
But I said to call me for appointments, and nobody likes me, so it's all good. Nobody calls me. They're like, they want to see him. I'm no fun. So,
at least you solved your problem, because I can remember talking to Arco like at the end of the day or something like that. And you go, oh yeah, it's like every 15 minutes there was somebody bashed on the door.
It got so bad.
And they think they're doing a good thing because they're like, oh, I was only there like 10 minutes. Well, you're the 15th person who was there 10 minutes.
Yeah. Today.
Today, yeah. And it's just like, man, you guys, if you want the car done, he's gonna have to be left alone to do it.
Thanks, Mr. W.
So I don't know. When do we spill the beans?
Well, sorry about that, you guys. I've already told Glenn, so.
Well, yeah.
So we're running out of time as far as SEMA. We got 3 months.
Oh, I'm gonna stop you right there.
What?
This car, it has this much to do with time. It has this much to do with badassery. You can't see my hand. That much to do with badassery. Time, badassery. Go ahead.
Wayne. My Iron Horse days back to the 50s. That's from another world.
So go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Anyways, we decided, I said, screw it. I'm tired of the freaking primer and crap on the car. We're going to strip it down to bare metal and run it like that for a little bit. So if that's how it goes to SEMA, that's how it goes to SEMA. I'm not going to try to, do 3 months of body work in 3 days and have it half-assed done,
And the way I think about it is this car is just so cool in bare metal. Like, you put the paint on it, it'd be great. But I think it deserves just to be shown, like, this is how you build a car. It might have to take 1,000 pieces, but you're building a car. And I think I really like seeing that. And I think at SEMA, it's going to make a bigger splash in bare metal.
Well, I mean, we noticed too, and I was telling you this, Glenn, earlier today, we noticed that like at our I'll bring my grinder.
Bring it. We'll see you on Sunday.
We noticed like at our car show, before we put this thing in primer, everybody was all over this car and they wanted to see it and they were looking at it, oohing and on. Every time somebody walked in the shop, they were like, oh my God, flipping out over the car. As soon as we put this thing in primer, it was like, it was just done. And nobody even wanted to look at it,
I want to say I even lost interest in it because I didn't, but it wasn't as exciting to me.
And I wanted to paint it, I got it in primer and started doing some body work, but I was like, I wanted to get it where we quit touching our hands on the bare metal and got everything screwed up where it had handprints and, rusty handprints from the oil in your hands on there, whatever. And so we mudded it, we primered it, and then I blocked it once, and then I think I reprimed it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then left it like that so I could finish the car, get everything ready, and then we're going to paint it. But as the timeline goes, 3 months to finish the whole damn car, it's still to be the shiny no car show Sunday. Shut up. Okay, Mr. No Punctuation, Paco. Excuse me.
Is it no car show on Sunday and the car will still be shiny, or is it'll still be shiny, no car show Sunday? You have to help me with that one. Anyways.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to grind it down, clean it up, leave it in bare metal, and just let the metal work in the body show in bare metal. And then what we'll do is we'll just clear coat it, but we might put something in the clear. We're not sure yet. And just leave it like that, and run it. Because the other thing that scared me is getting this thing with a beautiful show paint job.
That's what I was going to say.
Is driving it down the road all the way from Nebraska to SEMA in Vegas. And I'm going to be scared to death to drive it. And then, when you're at a gas station or something, people are wanting to come up and lean on your car and look at it and whatever. And I'm going to be like, no, get away. And now if it's in bare metal, I'll be like,
It's
Go ahead.
all Mad Max,
And
but
then-
it's all like this beautiful,
You can't trailer behind it with sets of tires, so you can just burn them off.
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
you're not scared of blowing a tire and messing up a paint job. You know, if you blow a tire and rip a back fender off the car, then it's like, well, I'll just build a new fender.
And that's exactly it. And I think there comes a point when you have to just make that choice. It's like, do you want to spend the entire car show, the entire SEMA, worrying about your car getting touched or whatever? So I think it'll be great.
Iron Horse Garage. They said fly us over there. We'll grab some paint rollers and get her done.
Perfect. We
Yeah,
got
that'd be great.
we got a hardware store. Pretty sure we have that rattle can clear in there. But yeah, we were even kind of throwing around some ideas as far as color and the clear and stuff. Oh, you know what, right, brothers? That would be cool. It would be beautiful. But you know what? I think that's just a color that's been done. You know, my whole thing is keeping the car from being something that's done.
And that's the thing is we want the car to be something when we do get it to SEMA that it's different than everybody else's crap, because like at SEMA, everything's painted. You see every color in
or
all
wrapped.
that crap. Or wrapped, yeah. A lot of them are wrapped. Yeah. You know, and having a paint job on a car, that's the other thing is, you know, you put all your work into this car and all of a sudden somebody comes up, like I said, like at a gas station or something, and leans on the car and scratches the damn thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not so easy to just panel paint, you know, unless you're real good at it like Paco, but to panel paint, you know, that panel and make it look exactly the same with the same metallic and the same everything, you know. So run the bit in bare metal for now and go for it, you know.
And enjoy it.
Enjoy it, exactly. I mean, that's why we're doing this. I wanted to enjoy it. And lately it's just been like, so I want to get back to where I'm excited about it and, you know, get the thing to bare metal and just blast it out. And I mean, because the motor and stuff that Cheney Performance is building for us, I mean, it's going to, you know, it'll be able to burn the tires completely off the car. So it'd be nice to have something, you know, where the car looks radical too. And I don't think it's Mad Max looking. I think it'll be more like we were talking about, Glenn, like Rocketeer.
Right. Yeah.
What's the word I was looking for? Like
that
Art Deco style car, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think I just throw Mad Max out there just because it's bare metal and kind of industrial looking. And, you know, that's kind of the look. I mean, it's not like it's going to have a machine gun turret. I mean, we could totally do that if we needed to. But let's save that for my truck.
Paco says, thanks. Now we can park with the rat rods.
That's where we belong. Those are our people. Well, actually, the lifted diesels are my people, but
no, we're not putting a diesel in it.
I don't want a diesel in that car. I want a diesel in my truck.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit style or like Rocketeer style, Cruella de Vil. You know what I mean?
But with the edge, we want an edgy, you know, want a nice edgy look to it instead. You know, I don't know. It was gonna look edgy anyways, but it was just. I have a feeling that it'll be appreciated more in bare metal than in paint, if that makes sense.
Thanks, Mr. W.
Like it's gonna be like. At any car show where you see rat rods, you're going to walk past 15 red Mustangs and you're going to stop at a rat rod.
Yep. And Paco knows that. I mean, every time we go to the shows, we bring our rats and there could be, you know, 150 show cars and everybody walks right past them over to the rats and they all look at our rats. And I'm not saying this is going to be a rat rod. No. Not at all. It'll be more of a, like I said, like a,
Hi, Aurora.
It'll be more like a futuristic or old school style. So it can kind of fit in everywhere.
No category. We have to make
I'm not just, how do you say that? Dressing like a rabbit. I don't have the right high heels for that, bro.
I do. I borrowed to you. They're pink. Your feet are a little big, but I can fix that. You know, we'll bind them up like those little Japanese girls. Exactly, a Horton rod. Actually, Robin Hetchler and I talk once in a while, and we were talking about it, and she's like, we should come up with a new name. And she's like, she actually has a Facebook thing that's called, I think she calls them Rad Mods. Rad Mods, yeah. Rad Mods. So they're just completely radical, but they're so modified you don't even know what they are. Like Hulk, like Hulkamino. from ITW Hot Rods.
And you guys have seen that car. I mean, I'm sure everybody on here has seen that car. That thing is like, that's got to be one of the most wicked cars I've ever seen. It's insane.
Yep. Everybody, that's my daughter, Aurora. My hair, I can't figure out which way to put my hair because I'm backwards. And he's like, say hi to Aurora, everyone. So, that's my little girl. He does have a tiara and a pink. Wait a minute.
That's right. You sent me one off, bitch.
I think you did. But I think you might have gave it to that little girl who was in the shop that day.
Yes.
Sorry, Wayne.
Yeah, it was cute. Some little girl was in here and she was messing with the purse and all that stuff. My purse. Yeah. And those little the things you sent, the little tiara and whatever. So we gave it to her. It made her day.
Oh yeah, she was so happy. Yeah, Mr. W, I agree. I think that Boyd Coddington would think it was pretty cool. Like, sing for us, Aurora.
Yeah, kind of hard to hear. Huh?
Yeah. She actually just went last night and sang at in a town. I even called Paco. I'm like, can you go watch my daughter sing because I can't? But they were busy.
No bubble wrap, jackass.
I love bubble wrap. Because, Rory, they're my Facebook friends. Some of them are. And they watched you. Aurora was my dog. Okay. So has anybody ever seen, is it I'm a Happy Dog? It's like a meme thing. And it always shows these like goofy dogs. And it's like, I'm a happy dog. Yeah. Her dog actually moves to the music of that song.
I'll do that, Iron Horse.
Yeah. It's awesome. Seriously, name for a certain type of hot rod. Okay, it's top secret. Okay, it's not top secret anymore, William. You totally like spilled the beans and shit. Now everybody's gonna be like, "What is it, William?"
Hey, Bill Cameron. I know you're busy right now, but when are you going to start working on that T-bucket? Is that something you're going to work on like this year, or start? Because we don't have much left of this year, but maybe next year. That'd be a cool project to see him build it by hand.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I'm waiting for Glen Ridd to get some time where he can start building his own damn car. But hopefully we can get you here where you can build your own car.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to get that friggin' 33 built.
Oh, it's back there just waiting for you.
Still the gas sign in it.
I walk by it and I'll hear it say, Glen.
He's going to, Bill Cameron's going to do it this winter.
Sweet.
If we paint road bubble wrap it to protect it, then Eddie gets to do. Yes, I get all the bubble wrap. Let's see.
Bubble wrap.
Donkey.
Aluminum donkey.
Shut up, Wayne.
I'm kidding. That's pretty epic. Operation Bring Glen to America. No shit.
Yes.
We should start a charity.
What do you call that? Where they start
we have a GoFundMe.
A GoFundMe for getting Glenn over here. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be epic. I just don't know if they let you out of the country. I mean, I think you can come here, but maybe that's the key. We get you here, and then you can't leave.
That sounds good, Bill. No, bitch, that's my 36 Plymouth, man.
Anyway, that's how they talk to each other in person too. Yes, bring Glenn to America. Well, he's not Eddie Murphy, but we could be like Glenning to America instead of coming to America.
That movie's so funny.
It is funny. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Yeah, where's Rach and Jake?
Rachel's at work.
Cool.
Yeah. And Jake's hiding up in his bedroom, I think.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how many of you guys have ever met Rachel, but she's so freaking cute. She's a doll. So is Jake. I mean, don't get me wrong. But yeah, busy girl, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you something. Oh, I was going to ask you about how you ended up, other than your dad built the bike that was in the movie.
World's Fastest
Indian. Yeah. So is that did you just fit the part and they were like, here, ride this badass bike?
What happened was they wanted the bikes for the movie, and they obviously got them all locally. So the guys that owned the bikes didn't want just anybody riding them and destroying the bikes. So yeah, they said, "Oh, we'll pick people to ride them," and that's sort of how I ended up in the movie. So,
But you fit right in, like
yeah,
with the right look and everything. It just you suited so well to the part.
That's still one of my favorite movies. I mean, anything with Anthony Hopkins.
I gotta tell you though, like we were together maybe a minute, and he's like, "Have you ever watched this movie?" I'm like, "What movie?" And then we meet you, and you're in the movie, but I'd already watched it by then. So.
Yeah.
And now I just say, have you ever watched NZ Mopar?
That is true. That is true.
No, every time you got a new video, I'm like, yes. And then every time Joey has one up, I'm like trying to delete it off the TV and trying to get rid of it. So
You're a jerk. Anyways, Aurora says, "Is this the one of Matt's friends that he talks to on the walkie-talkie app?"
yes,
thing?
it is.
So yes,
Yeah.
Glenn is Aurora, and so is Wayne and Bill and Iron Horse Garage, and all these guys on Boxer. I'm glad that we found Boxer.
Mm-hmm.
Boxer is
it works good. It does work really well. That Boxer.
Yeah, I got that from Glenn Lambert. No, it's Jeff Lambert, race car sponsorship.
Awesome movie.
I recognize.
So I did just a few basic facts about what we did on the movie. So I spent 9 days filming with that. I think there was 3 in the hall, and then the rest was basically on the beach. We did 200 miles on the beach filming that, running out and back and forth.
Oh my gosh, back and forth, that many miles?
Yeah.
Like how long was the race track?
I'm not very long at all.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And did the weather cooperate the whole time, or did it rain on you guys?
Fairly well from memory, because it was 2004 we filmed it. But yeah, like basically we're just up and down there, and they just had like different camera vehicles behind us, bikes going through us all the time, just filming so many different angles. Yeah.
Right. And then there's so much attention to detail, too, that you have to like make sure you're wearing the same, coat, pants, boots, helmet, all the things.
Yeah, well, they did that anyway. Yeah, half an hour going through the app in the morning, make sure everything was right, and
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and you had to go through in the same order every time. And,
Pretty soon you're like going to lunch in that order.
not quite.
Every time you go to the bathroom, you have to wait till the person in front of you goes.
Good night, Iron Horse. If you're still there or whatever.
Oh, is he leaving?
Be careful, man. Go get some cars out there so you can get that damn garage put together. Yeah, they're moving into that new shop.
Oh, that's
and
right.
And they had to move like 5,000 cars. So, hey, John Pohl, if you're still on here, the other thing I was going to say too is I don't know what happened. I can't text you or something. Whatever's going on with that. So I'd love to get another way where we could talk, man, because there's a bunch of questions I had for you too. So.
Well, and he was just saying to have you come hang out on the. John? Are you talking about on your live stream? Because
Because if you're still listening, I want to have you on our live stream one of these nights too. So that'd be cool.
He's got him and Aspen have they're all set up to build model cars. It's the cutest thing. And then everybody got busy again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the proper bike is still in New Zealand and in Chicago. The Burton Road. Mr. W's asked if the Burton Road bike was still in Invercargill. Yes, it is.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, you have a video though. He should probably watch. The one of the museum. You went through that whole museum.
Yeah.
It's on his channel, Mr. W. It's really cool because I love museums, so I'm even happy going through a museum with a video. So.
Yeah, hopefully one day I'll go through these a really big truck transport museum here as well, which is one of the ones that Dad used to work for, that did all the restoration work for.
Oh.
And that's the truck museum's the one where you showed me where it's just got a bunch of trucks and implement and tractors and all that stuff in there. You did all that stuff?
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff now too. They've added to it a lot. But yeah, it's like one of the those airflow Texaco tankers in there. There's like one of 3 in the world, whatever it is, and all sorts of stuff like that.
Wow.
It's crazy, incredible.
That's crazy. Okay. Hi, Ricky.
What's up, Ricky? That's pretty cool, man.
It says Myers above the windshield. Okay, no, there my brain's getting picked.
Huh.
Huh.
Yeah, I seen that, John, but we're going to some event tomorrow. I was gonna try to go on there, but if I get back and forth where I got a few minutes, I'll try to pop on there and say hi.
Yeah.
But we're going to an event just down the road from us tomorrow and hanging out with a bunch of family and stuff. So we're gonna be busy as hell tomorrow.
It's a town where nobody lives except for the cabin people. And a bunch of us kind of grew up being there. Like a few of the families grew up there, and a bunch of the rest of us used to go there all the time. So it's Margie Days. We decided probably 7-8 years ago to have Margie Days. The first year there was Margie Days, there was I said we have to have a parade, and so my friend, she had her husband was pulling a wagon and he threw candy at the kids. There's like 4 kids. Aurora was there. Good night, princess. Yes, Margie Days is tomorrow. Parade is at 4.
Yeah, it's a huge parade. One year there was like 60 people there, and there was the people that were supposed to be in the parade were on the sidelines watching the parade. There was nobody there except for.
But we had to stop the parade so the 5 people watching the parade could go to the front of the parade and watch the rest of it again because everybody was in the parade.
And it's funny because we always talk crap on Margie Days. We're always telling people, "Oh, are you going to go to Margie Days? It's amazing.
Best.
It's the best," and all this crap. And they're like, "Margie Days?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, it's massive." And they're like, "Really?" So we have all these people coming all the time, and they have a blast. It's so fun.
One year we had a bunch of drunk guys singing "Stand by Your Man." Last year,
one of them was my dad. He was wasted.
Yeah, Rory was in the parade once, but last year I was doing 75 hard, so I wasn't drinking, and that Bonnie Tyler "Totally Clips to the Heart" song came on. And so I just looked at my friend Rochelle, and we started doing this. Like every time I said turn around, we'd pick up our lawn chairs and turn around. Pretty soon, like 50 people are standing. I'm sure it looked pretty interesting to people driving by, but we're that kind of idiots, and we have a blast. So, what are you doing?
I was gonna snap John's email, so I can.
I think we can remember that, babe.
What is it?
It's pull_John@hotmail.com.
I will never remember that.
I'll remember it. You have a bunch of bits and pieces, friend. So Ricky said can you scroll up and see what Ricky said he had, that car that you had? You were wondering what it was worth, right?
Yeah, just send me some pictures, man. Let me know what you think or whatever. And if you get a chance to send me some pictures or whatever, and we'll kind of see what it's worth or whatever. It don't matter. But Pretty Ricky, we met him a couple weeks ago at the, what do you call it? Grand Rapids swap meet.
When we were in the way.
Yeah, he was racing one of those RC cars, and right now he's trying to get an RC car up to 100 miles an hour. And
are you shitting me? Is that what you were doing?
And earlier today, he had one that he was he like retrofitted, did all this custom stuff to, and he was hitting that thing at 45 miles an hour already. So yeah, he's trying to get one up to 100 miles an hour, which is pretty trick.
That's nuts. I had no idea.
It's quite funny you say that because I watch a couple of channels, and they must be from the UK. And there's guys over there trying to get to 203, I think.
Man,
I just want to learn how to fly my friggin' drone. I know I can't do that. Good night, Rory.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know anything about RC cars. I've never driven one, and I know I looked out of the U-Haul once, and I was like, "What is that sound?" And they were just freaking ripping. So have you uploaded that video yet, Ricky?
Yeah, he put it up.
Did he? Yeah. I'm gonna have to go look at that.
I've been watching a bunch of his videos.
There's probably a lot of me swearing in the background.
So if you guys haven't checked him out yet, go check out Pretty Ricky's channel, and it's Pretty Ricky LP,
yeah,
right.
I think so.
I've always wanted to buy some more. Like I had a couple when I was like a teenager, but I haven't had them for years, apart from just. Like Jake's had a couple of little toy ones and stuff like that, and I've always wanted to get a half decent one again, but they're so expensive here because $8 worth half of what yours is.
But it's cool because like on his channel, I thought they were real expensive too. And he was racing some of them out there that day, and he was showing me some of the prices on some of them. And some of them were like 35, 45 bucks and $100 and like around in that price range. And he was doing these mods to him out there, and just, I mean, he had these things hauling ass.
How the hell do you mod them?
He pulls the motors out of them, rips them all apart, and puts all new wiring harnesses in them, and changes the motor and axles. And he's like I even said it on one of his videos. He's like a mad scientist with those RC cars, you know?
I'm like fascinated.
Yeah, he was showing on one of his videos, he's got like a whole bunch of RC parts just all over the workbench, and he's building this one, and then he goes out and test drives it. He's doing almost 50 miles an hour. Yeah, it was pretty trick. Yeah. And then the other thing that cracked me up, he's holding his phone filming, and he's got some GPS thing in his hand, plus the controller for the car, and he's talking and filming, and just, no, here goes this car flying by us, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
that's where
I can't even answer my phone half the time, let alone try to run a, you know.
Honestly.
I've actually seen a couple of guys with the hand controllers, and they've actually built a mount to put their phone on so they can record with it pointing and hold the controller.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got basically the phone in front of their hand, and they can just point at that thing where they're going. Yeah, and it's like far out. Put a forward button.
It'll take.
Shut up,
Kevin.
Rocco.
It'll take all friggin' day.
You know what? You're hooked on small box Chevys now, so shut up.
Remember that time you tried to take off with a Roadster? Anyway, I call our Roadster like it's like a midlife crisis car killer. Like, because you'll see. Sorry, Glenn, but one time we were driving past these freaking. Hey, how are you, Hot Rod 8983? How are you doing? Anyways, so we were leaving a car show, and there was a total midlife crisis car. You could tell by the guy inside of it. Anyway.
Downhill.
It was a midlife crisis car. Anyway, so we're driving, and I'm like, go. And he's like, what? I'm like, just go. And it had did it have race gas or something in it?
Yeah, you can smell that crap.
And he just.
But it was a Hemi Cuda, wasn't it?
It was a Hemi Cuda.
And
it was plumb crazy.
He took off, and you could hear the thing was just on it, and she just was like looked over at me, and I'm just like, should I? She goes, go. And I just was like, no.
We just flew past him. We get to the next stoplight, and Tony's like this. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I just felt bad for the guy, but I was like, put your midlife crisis away. I'm sorry you paid so much money for your car.
How you doing, dudes with wrenches? I don't know you, but I did sub your channel and stuff. And if you guys haven't checked out this channel, Dudes with Wrenches, that's another one you got to go check out. It's really good. Yeah. He's got some good stuff on there.
I haven't checked that one out. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
That's a new one that I just found the other day. But I've been watching some of his videos. So
I'm so random about it. Well, and I get so little time to watch, actually watch things.
Because you're always so busy working.
Try editing 4 hours of footage from the day.
Yeah, if I sat over here and did what I was supposed to do, I probably wouldn't be doing the things I'm doing.
Yeah, we haven't tagged a video in months.
Well, if you'd learn how to tag when you post them, we wouldn't have that problem.
Hey, how many subs you at now?
He might have COVID. No, I don't have COVID. Mate. How many subs? 780, I think.
Man, it's still just kind of creeping along.
Yeah. It's funny, like I was actually saying one of my videos that I haven't posted up yet, but it's like it'll sit there for about 4 or 5 or 6 weeks, and it'll just hover around within 3 or 4 numbers. It'll bounce backwards and forwards as people come and go, and then all of a sudden it'll get a burst and it'll jump 20, and then it'll sit around there for another 6 weeks, and then jump 20. It's real weird, eh? It's like
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Something happened with my YouTube what do you call it? Editor, whatever that's called? Studio. Because I got I don't know if the spam came through finally or whatever. And I thought it was 1,000 messages, but there's got to be 10,000 messages on there. I went for an hour one night just flipping through there trying to read all of them, and I'm like, there's no way. And I don't know where they came from, but it was really weird,
Yeah.
And we're putting the 3-cylinder in it. I had a 3-cylinder car once.
Nissan. Would you cut it out with the damn Toyota Rogue motor?
He's just jelly.
He told that to John on John Pole's live the other day, and Miguel was like, "He's really putting a Toyota in that? Huh? I didn't see that coming."
Well, if you want something to run forever and all you have left is part of the frame, a driver's seat, a steering wheel, and a motor, you put a Toyota engine in.
No kidding.
At least up here, man, we have seen some of the worst cars ever. Like scary, sketchy cars. Engine runs like a top. And they're always Toyota trucks. Always.
Oh my gosh. Pinto motor forward all the way.
I'll send you a power over instead.
All that is a freaking
Hey,
anchor.
I was gonna ask. Okay, how do I say? Okay.
John, show car builder, what's up?
So most of the cars in like Australia and New Zealand, are there like exponentially more 4-door cars than 2-door cars, or what is the deal with that? There is. Is that like the same thing with the Ute thing where they have to be like utilitarian or usable, or what's the deal with that?
I don't know. It's just, we don't have the big American trucks. The roads were never built wide enough way back in the day too, I suppose. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, because I just noticed that there's so many 4-doors. I love 4-door cars. So
Yeah. Well, I suppose
if a guy was to take 4-doors there and cut them down and shorten them or do anything like that, they don't say nothing about it, or is that something you can do there if you felt like doing that to a car?
You might be able to do it, but you'd go through it. I'd want to see all the insides of the welds and everything.
Oh, so they like nitpick everything.
Yeah. They would put cameras up inside the rockers and sills and the whole lot. Yeah.
that's
It's crazy.
fascinating.
Mental. Yeah.
I like
Really.
it.
Because it was quite funny. A while ago, I went around and seen a guy, and he had this old English car, and he had to put a new rocker in it, and he had just put the bottom in, and had like jointed it part way out because it was rough in the bottom, but the top was fine. And when he went for an inspection, they made him cut it off and put a whole new thing, top, bottom, inside, the whole lot.
Damn.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder what the reason for that is.
Hey, what's up, Nash?
I don't know. They're real picky with just the strength stuff. Like if
I suppose. Safety.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's kind of fascinating. It's like in the junkyard, we have a few cars out there that I love. And one of them is a 67 4-door hardtop Caprice.
Yeah.
It's a badass car though.
Just freaking badass.
My favorite is that.
I love the Galaxy.
There's a 68 Chevy 4-door station wagon, and that's just a cool ass car,
But that's not a hardtop. That's boring.
I know. I just want to stuff a big block blower motor in it and just drive it around all stock, like Grammy's car with a blower motor.
My grandma's car had a 454 in it or something. So my grandma liked to go fast. So so she actually, that's why I knew that this engine would be, or this frame would be fine for the engine we were putting in the car, because my grandma beat the crap out of her car.
Right, Paco.
I don't know when they actually last made a 2-door vehicle, like that was like a really popular thing over here, except for like the Japanese stuff for a long time, until the new Mustangs and Challengers and that come along, and the Camaros, they're really popular here now, but all through the 80s and 90s and stuff like that, there was hardly anything.
Really?
Yeah. So
you don't have any terrible, awful, ugly Camaros over there? I'm not a fan of those Camaros.
There's a few of the 80s and 70s stuff, but
yeah,
in Australia, when they built a lot of the Fords and the Holdens and the Chryslers and stuff there was a lot of coupes and stuff like in the 60s and 70s, but then in the 80s they all sort of stopped. Yeah. Yeah.
But is
I
it
think
like
was too expensive to build or something, and they didn't sell enough of them.
Well, don't they have to retrofit or refit the plant when they change? Every time they change the cars out.
Yeah.
So is it like that over there too? Because like here, like the most common car you see as far as old cars at the car shows is like 57 Chevys. They're everywhere. I mean, you go to a car show and you've got so many damn 57 Chevys. Everybody's, ooh, 57 Chevy. And with me, it's like, I just get so sick of seeing the damn things, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the cars. I think they're beautiful, but when you're at a car show and there's 15 red 57 Chevys parked next to each other, it's like, oh man.
But what's more like iconically American than a 57 red 57 Chevy? That's
or a mid-60s like, Mustang.
Right, and a square body Chevy. America.
Like, I know for a while, like those 65, 66, 67 Mustangs were just here everywhere. Like that's what everybody was sort of. You'd go to a car show and there'd be like 10 in a row, and like a mixture of everything else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of Mustangs here too, though.
Mm.
No aluminum donkey, says Nash. 55 is
funny, like, we'll bring in anything like the 2 doors, 4 doors, just whatever, station wagons, the whole lot. We don't really care. Yeah.
And then if you bring it there, do they have to do the same type of like inspection?
Yeah, they go through pretty heavily. Yeah, they'll pull all the interior out of them, the whole lot.
Wow.
You mean if it's brought over from the United States?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Attaboy, Cody. I love a square body Chevy.
Hey, what's up, Jason Gone?
Yeah.
Or is it
So
going?
like
Gold
a lot of cars brought in that look really good, and they bring it in here, and they've had all the. They've been really, when they pull them all apart and they look inside all the door panels and all that sort of stuff, they just, that's next thing, this thing stripped down to bare metal and start again. Yeah.
That's I think that's Jason Gone. That's Iron Horse Garage. Jason.
Oh, hi. So, that's what I was just thinking. Like, we've had cars come in and we've seen some interesting, like fenders on fenders. That's always my favorite.
Yeah, we had one of them that was a 51 Chevy car that came in, and we put it up on the lift, and I'm looking at the quarter panels over the quarter panels, and I'm like, what the hell? So we started crawling up, inside the car, looking around or whatever with flashlights and stuff, and you can see up inside the fender well where they took, the car was totaled, and instead of fixing it, they just put another quarter panel right over the top of it, welded it up, and bonded out the car and painted it and set it on its way. You can still see the wreck panel and everything all in there, and all half carved out.
It's all wrinkly inside. It's like,
and they just took like a sawzall, just cut it out, all the way around.
Panels on panels make it strong. Panels on panels makes it scary and rusty, is what that does. That would be definitely be my opinion. Is that I would take it off just because I wouldn't want it to rust between the two, because then you're wrecking everything.
Still, my favorite yet though is Minnesota has a lot of cars with rust. Mm-hmm. And we had a black Ford F-150 truck that we did a long time ago, and the bottoms of the fenders were rotted and whatever.
Yeah.
So me and Jay are just tearing into this thing, cutting panels out, building panels, welding them back in. And by that time, it was like, okay, there's no stopping. You can't just junk the truck now.
Yeah.
So it was like, the cab corners and the rockers all look good. But we put this thing up in the air on the lift, and I was just like, oh, my Lord.
Was that before or after I got the stick out?
Well, she started pulling, she's messing with the quarters and rockers and stuff, and she's pulling sticks and dirt and like fiberglass and stuff out.
And then I had to leave.
And then so we started cutting stuff out and just pulling parts out of the inside of this truck, and it was the rockers and the cab corners that we're pulling out. There was no cab left. It was gone. And we're up on the lift. The truck's up on the lift, and Jay goes, "Is that a 2x4?" It was a 2x4, and they actually did a really nice job. And it was fiberglassed in with chicken wire and great stuff, and
dirt,
foam and dirt,
and cardboard,
anything you could find, cardboard, whatever.
It was something else.
And then like 15 gallons of Bondo over that, all just blopped on there, blocked
And it
out
was
mine.
blopped. Blopped, is that a technical term?
I just took it, went, and just ripped the whole side of the truck off, you know,
It was
pretty much.
really bad.
It was
And
hilarious.
then we rebuilt it. And then we sold the truck after doing about $7,000 worth of labor on it. We sold it for $800. You know, it's car business. But it was awesome. It was great practice for you, you know, because you got to do metal work like that for a while.
Yep.
It'd been like a year and a half since he'd been able to pull out a body hammer at that point.
Yeah, that was.
And
so
it
we
was
ended up
really
doing
good for him to get out and just bust it out.
And it's on my Instagram. So if you look on my back Instagram, you can see where I made the fenders and stuff on the truck, the bottom parts of the fenders and all that, all by just dolly and hammer, nothing, you know. It was
rocks and sticks.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, rocks and sticks. Anyways, I was gonna say, I'm gonna put that up there.
Go ahead and say.
I couldn't agree. Everybody can see it. So, but yeah, I get burned out with the super shiny cars. But man, some of them though, they catch my attention. There's this orange one that is actually from this area somewhere. That orange car from back to the 50s. Every time I see it around, I have to stop and look at it. I can't even remember what it is. I just love it. And then there's also this laid out green one with flames, like that one. Every year.
Oh, that thing's beautiful.
That's a beautiful
That's
car.
a chopped 51 Pontiac 2-door hardtop.
I don't
stunning.
care if it was a Pinto. That thing is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's-
So what's
See, I can.
super chat and all that? What's that mean?
It looks like he gave you
That's what I thought.
$5.
Thank you so much, Hot Rod. I appreciate that.
Back to the 50s is definitely a fun show. I enjoy it. I have to figure this out. Ding, taking that down. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things like that. That build was friggin' hilarious. Like
Bill Edge of Eternity. Bill said 2x4s and Bondo don't rust.
True story. Neither does great stuff. Apparently great stuff. And actually, I think I posted a few years ago a thing where people were spraying great stuff in their rockers, smoothing it out with like a drywall trowel, and then painting it.
So whiny ass Mill Creek Fab Shop says, I've been asking Glenn questions. What kind of live is this? And then Nash.
Sorry,
Nash is saying, hi Glenn. This is Nash. I seen you in the world's fastest Indian. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. That's a badass movie though. I do like it. But I have to say, like, I was a nervous wreck because I like get involved with the characters. They're like family. I shouldn't watch movies. And so like when he's going fast, I'm like, ah. Because he's on the salt flats, I was freaking out. So I don't watch stuff like that.
It cracks me up. She doesn't watch that kind of stuff, but she could watch movies where the doctors are cutting people up.
Oh yeah, I got a problem with that. I'll cut people up.
Or
I mean, not people.
Pimple popper freaking show that.
It's probably because I've been like, you know, helping process wild game since I was born practically. So I got no problem with the blood and guts and things getting cut open and stuff. But yeah, don't bring the suspense here. I'm not good with the suspense. So, okay, I'm getting lost here. Where are we?
It's
85 Trans M T-top all black. Whoa, 305 was fast. You know, okay, Ricky, I had a 305 and a Delta 88 2-door, like a grandma car. I freaking burned the rubber off my tires everywhere I went. It was the best. I love that. It was only a 305. That thing was like pretty awesome. In fact, one time this guy got a van and he thought his van was fast. So he was burning rubber all over town and the cops blamed me, but I wasn't guilty of anything other than having like 12 cases of Keystone Light in the back end of my car, which they didn't see because I had beach towels over it.
just going on a wee drinking bender there.
Yeah, well, you know.
You were probably telling the cop, okay, yeah, okay, all right, thanks.
Oh,
Have a
no,
good night.
I was like just hanging. I'm like, how's it going? No, because I knew most of the cops because my best friend's dad was one of the sheriff's deputies. And I just sat there and BS'd with the guy. I don't care. I mean, all the beer was covered up. My friends were freaking out. It's fine.
So that's Aaron from Iron Horse Garage, right? What's up, Aaron?
Oh, check it out.
No, it wasn't the Indian in the movie. Joey.
How do we block Joey?
I don't know. I
Just
could
make it go away.
figure it out if it wasn't so
Yeah, we'll just throw rocks at him, I think.
He's such a pain in the ass.
Joey was probably in the Indian the Covered movie, which I love that movie, but I don't like it when my heart gets broken over things. So I don't like to watch those kind of movies either. I don't like watching movies. I get attached. Who are you waving at?
I'm waving at Aaron. What's up? It's nice. It's cool everybody's here, you know?
I needed the booze bus. Woo woo. No. But it was a fast car. I loved it. I also found out I broke up with the boy for not knowing how to change a tire. That was bad. You should know how to change a tire.
I've never changed.
If your girlfriend has to change a goddamn tire for you, unless you're like injured or something, then you get a buy. But if you're not even helping and you don't know what you're doing, stop it. And boys learn how to change tires. I'm kind of an asshole. Sorry.
No comment.
I learned from the best.
Yeah, I am still working on the convertible bows there, John. Still trying to work out the first one. Hopefully it stays stuck together when we let it go Monday, because it didn't want to stay together today. So we might have to try a different glue.
How big is that? Like how wide is it?
About 1.5 meters wide. So
I was just wondering if you couldn't take the corners and do them separately and like find an oven or something to put them in. Like a powder coating oven, some kind of a lower temp oven that you could just slowly bake them in and take the moisture out.
Like they do with a kiln with the wood or whatever.
Yeah, like a kiln. But hi, Jake.
Hi, buddy.
what are you doing?
Mom.
All right, John. Cool. Thanks a lot, John. Appreciate
Thanks,
it, brother.
John.
You have a good night, man.
Take care. Yeah, I was just wondering, like in the form of a kiln, but if you don't have a kiln, like, is there something else that might work?
Yeah,
I got a hairdryer I can send you.
Bill Cameron's asking, have you ever seen a car bar in the 60s era? What's he mean by that? A car bar in the 60s era.
A car bar? Yes. Okay. Those, when they actually had they had a place for your making your drinks. Like they had a place for your alcohol, a place for glasses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like on George Barris's cars and stuff back in the day, like the Golden Sahara and all those cars. They had all that stuff, and they had the telephone and the console and all that.
But even some of those cars came stock with like little fancy things, but maybe not a bar. But
yeah, I suppose you something like the Jags and stuff like that. A lot of the English sort of stuff, the more executive stuff had that sort of thing.
Right, that's what I was thinking too. Like this big was the Rolls Royce. Come on, somebody throw it at me. The big fancy one that you show in all the Indiana Jones movies.
But it's funny, they're always like, don't drink and drive, but then they put bars in the cars back in the day, you know what I mean?
But they didn't care for drink and drive in the back in the day.
Yeah, true.
Not drinking and driving was a new thing.
Unless you live in Big Falls, you can drink and drive everywhere. So
you even come and ask for a job with a beer in your hand.
Yeah, some douchebag comes in here and asks if we're hiring and wanted to go to work here and whatever.
Beer in his hand. I'm like, luckily I wasn't here and he was here when he told me. I was like, hey, I was drinking. But it is what it is. Not a bigly. He's so cute. How old is Jake now?
He turns 10 in September, end of September.
Wow. Oh my gosh. He's growing up right before our eyes. That's nuts. Is that a heater behind you? What is that?
Yeah, it's a heater, but it doesn't work. It's an old one from the, I don't know, 70s or 80s. They just left it. Yeah.
Instead of making a hole in the wall.
Hey, look at John's show car builder's comment, bro, about the
Studebaker. Yeah, 1918 from Studebaker. Yeah, four-door convertible.
Oh my gosh, Bill. He had a vacuum system with a bar in his car, and he had a trunk. Oh my! And in the trunk, and a dispenser that looked like 8-track player under the dash.
And then he says, "Of course, I only used lemonade." Right.
So cute. Exactly. We have to drive, but we don't know, Wayne. We don't know that we drove 2 hours to see the town clock because we don't have a clock. So we don't know how long it. You probably shouldn't have got me started. What are you looking at? Is that our dogs? I swear to God, it's our dogs. Well, it's not.
Something just thumped us out of the building.
Bella.
It's only 2:50 p.m. the next day here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I had a Big Falls moment today when I was bringing Chase to meet their dad. One of the little neighbor girls, well, she doesn't live there anymore. She's grown up, but her dogs still live with her folks. And she gets out of her car at the gas station and she goes running back towards the street. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, I just saw my dog. And I said, just put your mom on speakerphone and she can tell the dog to go home. And she looks at me and I go, it works. We've done it 3 times. So I literally get up to close to the dog, call the mom and put my phone on speakerphone and she tells her dog to go home and it goes home. So, welcome to Big Falls. Have a nice day.
Hey, Michael, we're, was it 5 hours to Mall of America?
Yeah.
5 hours away, man. Eagle droppings, Ohio.
The Mall of America is quite something else. Educate a Yank here. With the brick cars, Jag, Rover, etc. Everything down under. Wow. Did you avoid them out of spite?
I didn't realize Hot Rod is in. He's in England. No, where's he at? Yank. What's a Yank?
We're Yanks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I thought he was I thought he was in like Ohio or something to that effect. So, where you at again, bro? I know I've asked.
He's
him
at the
before,
getting place is where he's at. Yeah.
Florida.
Was born in
Florida.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh,
he lived in Cook, Minnesota, though, so he knows.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. He was telling us about Cook, Minnesota. Yeah, there you go, America.
Yep. You're such a dork.
That's what he said.
No, I know. I have a America shirt that I wear when I put on my gun and my cowboy boots and get in my truck because you might be a redneck. But yeah, did you guys avoid those cars or did you? They still have them down there, don't they? Because you guys just restored a Jag.
Yeah, well, Dad's still got a Jag. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, there's still Rovers and Jags here, but not a lot of them. Like we had a lot of that stuff in the 60s and 70s and maybe into the early 80s. Yeah, Jags, Rovers. What else was British? Triumphs,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of that sort of stuff. Yeah, Austin Healey's, all that sort of thing. There was a lot of that sort of stuff here.
Cool.
Yeah. We got, because we're a little island nation, we got cars from just everywhere.
Good night, Bill. Thank you.
A lot of European, a lot of American, a lot of Australian, a lot of English. Yeah, we just got everything, pretty much.
I wonder if that plays into the stringent quality standards, though.
I think it was probably just more what we could get at the time.
Maybe, yeah. But just making sure you're getting things that are safe. So. Yes, Minnesota is the mosquito supplier of the free world, except for this year because we're Minnesota drought. We barely have mosquitoes, and the ones we have look like dust.
Yeah,
they're like brown. It's weird. Our mosquitoes. We have, Glenn. Maybe soon you'll find out, but we have terrible mosquitoes in this town because Big Falls is legitimately like in the middle of a swamp. It's all swamp.
But there's times when you have the bugs that they drive you crazy, and then there's times where it's like beautiful here, and it's like a window where you have bugs are coming, you have them for 2 months, 2.5 months, 3 months, whatever it is, 9 months,
or and there's the 1 hour between. They're horrendous from like at dark, just before dusk until it's full dark, and then you can go back outside.
And then you can go back outside. If not, right when the sun's starting to go down, you will be carried away.
You gotta run and hide.
The ones though that drive me more crazy are the no-see-ums or whatever they're called.
Yeah, and for me it's the black biting flies. Like literally, we could have ended the Minneapolis riots just by letting me and my bug scene go to town. I was gonna have the DNR like drop bugs in a certain way, and they cleared out. Yeah. Well, I was thinking of starting with like gnats and no-see-ums, moving up to mosquitoes, then the black biting flies, then the deer flies and horse flies. And if that didn't work, maybe bees, but I like bees a lot. I thought about the ultimate asshole, which is called a jack pine beetle. And that would have like, everybody would have.
Those
laughed.
things look like Satan. They're just like, they got these big things like.
And they got like long.
And they, long antennas. And they'll just sting the piss out of you.
He looks like Yoda.
What is he doing?
Who knows?
Freaking Joey. Oh,
Joey.
look what Cody said. They aren't mosquitoes. They're small birds.
They are small birds, Cody. You're right. Now we're oh, there he is. I lost Jake for a minute.
Yeah, he's on the floor now. Getting a goofball.
Did the rash cream work? Oh my gosh. Joey, if you're sending him rash cream, how do you know it works?
You can always send him those worms that freaking Jeff from Sobering.
Oh my God. What the heck, man? That thing was creepy, wasn't it?
Oh.
That freaked me out. But then I read in Dr. Google that they don't harm humans. So
yeah,
I'm okay there. But that was creepy. And now I need to go find a cricket.
Yeah.
So I can see that in real life.
Oh, hell no. I'd have nightmares of that thing.
Oh,
yeah. That was creepy as shit. I've never seen anything like that.
Scarier than dolls.
Yeah.
When Joey is sending you stickers, like scratch and sniff stickers. Oh my gosh. Yep, that's exactly right. I am all about the jack pine beetles to eliminate any unrest.
That's why I always say there's no like homeless and drug addicts and that kind of crap here in Minnesota because
not here in Big Falls. There is in Minnesota, but in Big Falls.
You got all the bugs and the cold and the whatever, it just kind of runs off everybody.
Remember the time we had the hobo for breakfast? And that was my biggest concern, is that the bugs were so bad. But we didn't have the hobo for breakfast. He was just walking by, and I was like, babe, there's a dude walking out there, and he's like, it was 4th of July morning, and I'm already cooking a giant breakfast, and he's like, hey, you want some coffee? And I'm like, and breakfast? He goes, and breakfast? So this great kid comes walking in, and I fed him food.
Turns out the kid's a boxer.
A musician.
And a musician. He played some music on his guitar for us, really good. And I follow him on Instagram and stuff, and he's doing really good, as far as traveling around, playing music.
But he was on an adventure.
It's pretty cool.
He slept in a ditch, and he hated the bugs. And I fed him.
No, Joey, it's not a kangaroo. I think it's a Tasmanian devil.
That makes sense.
That's where we were born.
I know. I did not have the hobo for breakfast. He's still alive and posting frequently on Instagram.
Hey, Hot Rod, she would stab somebody though.
Only if they're near my family. I'm a super nice person. Just don't mess with my loved ones. I have a lot of family. So adventure.
What does that stuff cost a guy?
What stuff? I'm lost.
He was saying on the adventure, yeah.
Wow.
You about ready to get out of here? What?
I'm tired. I'm always tired. Wow, holy crap, a whole hour went by. This worked out pretty slick.
So I
was just gonna say, sometime we'll have to try to bring on more people too.
Yeah.
But I think we'll regularly try to do the 3 of us with someone else.
So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have people on here Bill Cameron and a couple other people like Michael Knight and whatever. We'll invite them on there. Maybe Hot Rod or dudes with wrenches or whoever. But we will not. I want you guys to get this clear. Mill Creek Fab Shop will never ever be on our live. Just for the record, okay?
And sorry, Wayne, we haven't had Lotto yet, so I can't give you the numbers.
No.
Because he's in the future, yeah.
Oh my God, you guys. Every time they say that, I have to stop and be like, they're joking. Please tell me they're joking.
Hey, good night, Cody Cheney.
Good night, Cody.
Appreciate it, brother. He says good right there.
I don't know why you would ever say never. You know the world will get you back when you say never.
This is why we fuck the world.
Good night, bro. Appreciate you coming by, man.
No.
Good night, Paco. Say good night to Veronica. Oh my gosh. Go play with your Barbie. No. Joey has a Barbie.
Oh man, we got a warped bunch of people on here.
Super. They're my people.
But anyways, so tonight, this was just a test to see how it was going to work. Having Glenn on here because before he had poor internet and everything.
Don't blame Glenn.
And
blame our lazy asses.
So we got new internet. He's got new internet. Now we figured it out, and it's working good. And we just wanted to try it out and do the live and whatever. And it was nice having everybody on here. So you ready to get out of here?
I'm just reading about Barbies.
I don't care about Barbie.
Well,
My eye
it's a
is killing me
barbecue.
right now.
Barbecue, like shrimp on the Barbie.
Shrimp on the Barbie. All right, I got you.
You really put shrimp on the Barbie? Don't they fall through? Legitimate question. Don't they fall through? Just, like I assume you have to like skewer them or something.
Well, if we're gonna find a day that's good for Glenn, and if we do this every week or whatever, we'll have Glenn on here with us the whole time because he's part of the shop. So
if we can tolerate talking to the two of us all this time. Look at my hair, man. I should have done something with myself today. You get a stick. Who gets a stick? Now I'm lost.
I don't try to keep up with these guys. It's funny, they go and they're doing little arguments and stuff with us, with the show or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
But me and Joey do the same thing on John Pole's deal.
Joey only plays with
Wayne
Ken. I don't want to be on your live and I have to protect my reputation.
Whatever.
Reputation.
I know, right?
Sometimes you have to protect the thing you fear. So, when you're talking about Barbies and Kens, I have a bunch of family, obviously, but one of my nephews was like, he pissed his parents off because he kept asking for a Barbie for Christmas. So I got him a Ken doll. And the only thing he wanted the Ken doll for is because he'd figured out that the Ken doll was bigger than his big brother's G.I. Joe dolls. And so then he walks his Ken doll in and it's like, like 2 inches tall, and he just beats the crap out of all the G.I. Joe dolls with his giant Ken doll. I'm like, I told you guys he had a good reason. But anyways, so I buy boys Barbies if they want them. So
look at Michael Knight put reputation or amputation.
That
was
awesome.
awesome.
A terribly great joke. Oh my God. Thank God Joey has a sense of humor.
Joey has something.
Lefty.
Did you stop kicking the damn monitor?
Oh, I was moving the dust. Shut up. He makes Osborne ready.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to get out of here, you guys.
If I can figure that out. I'm
going to go have some coffee. Just in
stream. Okay, cool. So was this clear? Did you guys hear us okay? And all that jazz?
Well, obviously we've been talking over an hour.
Yeah, but
maybe haven't shut up the whole time.
You know what? They've been talking. I probably have. Yeah, I know. I probably talked too much.
Hey, thanks, Hot Rod. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for coming.
That was freaking awesome.
Thanks, Glenn.
So we'll try
We'll
try to get this to be more of a regular thing. But we got to figure out a good time for all of us.
Yeah, we'll just thank you.
Pretty much
what's that?
What, Glenn?
Oh, just anytime, either today or tomorrow, like Saturday or Sunday here is as good as anything.
So like Friday and Saturday for us.
Yeah, for you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it's either that when you're Sunday, it's Monday here. And,
yeah.
Well, and we can schedule them out a little bit too, just to make them work.
And then people like Dudes with Wrenches, I'd like to have you on the show and stuff too. So, and then Aaron Bates and then Jason and
I'd really like this to
Iron
be
Horse
a
Garage.
platform where we can just, bring people's channels to the forefront, because there's some great channels. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not just kissing ass, but like he's literally got one of my favorite channels in the world just because like I can just sit and watch you build things and you're like my background noise. Like, you're building something and I hear
yeah.
that freaking, how's that thing not drive you nuts in the background?
It does, but I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. You don't want it not ticking because that's when the bad shit happens. Like,
yeah, because I've only just moved stock back in there just recently again, so it's like, man, I'm now gonna put up with that thing again. But yeah.
You almost want to get some earplugs, some ear things, listen to music while you're in there
Me
working,
too.
you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
When you're not filming or whatever. So.
When I'm busy and grinding and welding and bashing and stuff, it doesn't worry me. I don't hear it. But
anytime I didn't hear my horse fence going, I was nervous. So it's kind of comforting. Anyway.
Hey, thanks, Bill, Edge of Eternity. I appreciate it. You're going to be on here too with us one of these days. I like what Mill Creek says. Good night, Iron Horse. You were my favorite channel.
And then Wayne wants you to read the news.
Yeah. Send him the lottery numbers and then we'll all be rich, bro.
Perfect. Wayne doesn't have to see. Last time he sent you money, you went to jail. Not really. He didn't spend it. Bye, Jay.
Bye, Jerry.
He's gotten so tall.
All right, let's go.
Crap. All right, thank you guys so much.
Thanks a lot, you guys.
Awesome
Appreciate
hanging
it.
out.
Good night.
yeah. Bye, everybody. Bye, Jay.
Bye, guys.
Later.